Welcome to LawFlip. We got some really good looking people here and two guys named Jason and Sasha. So there's Arian and me, and then there's these other guys who are filling out.
Do you see what he's doing here?
They're space fillers. But this is going to be a great episode. We talk about, we have a call to action. You got to go get swabbed for this 8-year-old boy who's in need of a bone marrow transplant. We talk about Motion LA, which is a entrepreneur inspired social workout club that is the greatest in the world, right?
Probably in the world, yeah.
In the world. I think there was it was in the country first, now it's the world. Then we talk about all sorts of other fun stuff. We talk about screen time, physical fitness, meat consumption, multitasking, Warren Buffett, working from home, and flight attendants, and so much more. It's going to be an episode full of sets. They call that like sets and working out. I don't know this.
Sets and reps.
Sets and reps, laughs, all sorts of other stuff. And if you want to check us out on social media, we're at LawFlip. You can also sign up for our new legal lawyer platform where you can refer cases to each other. It's www.lawflip.com. You can call us at 1-833-LAWFLIP. Let's get into the episode.
LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down.
First things first is a call to action. So there's an 8-year-old boy that needs a bone marrow transplant. So this hits close to home. It's actually a friend's son, and my son went to school with this kid. It's a crazy situation. We need everybody to go get swabbed. So if you can go to giftoflife.org/events/drive/23826, you could see the different locations. They're all around LA, even some in New York. We need you to go out there. I have my own story with this. My dad overcame a terminal prognosis. He was supposed to die. I was 5 years old, and we had a ton of people gather around and do blood drives and all this type of stuff, the same type of stuff that everybody in the community is doing now in Los Angeles. We need you to go get swabbed. I did it. It's easy. It takes a few minutes. And if you have any questions about it, DM me. I'll connect you to the place. Okay. We are going to jump right into an interview with my two co-founders of Motion LA. Now, they've had a much more active role, and it also makes a lot more sense if you look at them. They're way too good looking. Yeah. But we have Jason and Sasha. So I just want to first briefly have Sasha explain to us, what is Motion LA and why are we talking about it?
What's up, everyone? I'm Sasha. So to take a little back, Motion LA started as a fitness community that actually gets together to network. So we would do a workout, we would network. We started at UCLA about 2 years ago and slowly but surely did consistently every week. And more people start coming, buying into it. And it's turned into this whole movement now where it's fitness meets entrepreneurship. We put together workout experiences. We do brand activations and everything in between. We hold events across the coolest venues in LA, soon to be the world in 2 weeks when we go to Bali. And it's just an amazing way to meet new people, make new friends, get an amazing workout, and just have so much fun while doing that all.
Yeah, and both of you guys are former Division I athletes, like myself. No, I've never been a Division I athlete, but I dreamed of it. But in addition to being really good looking, which is really annoying, like Ari and I were discussing this, it's really, it's frustrating.
Yeah, like fuck you guys.
You guys are both trainers that actually train at the workouts, and you're actual, co-owners, and you blend it all. What has it like been for you, Jason, to be part of Motion LA?
Honestly, I am, like you said, Division I athlete, and I went through a whole lot with coaches and hard work and training, and I really got to understand the mentality of what it looks like to reach your goals, and I really want to take that and give it to the world, right? So working with Motion LA and meeting so many incredible people has been awesome and absolutely incredible. But the best part is the second I get that mic and ready to train and ready to show the people how amazing they are and prove it to them, it gives me chills every time.
Yeah,
right?
and
so
you guys are young. You guys are, how old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 23 and
I'm
Sasha,
26.
You're 26. You're getting older.
I'm getting older.
But like if you go to this just sounds like a workout, right? Oh my god, who wants to go to a workout? Not me. I'm kidding. Well, kind of. No, but I mean, like the thing is that when you go to a Motion LA event, it's not a workout. What is it? What makes it special?
I mean, it's interesting you say that because when people
like we're chilling right now in an office. This is not like the Motion LA vibe is a freaking party.
It's so exactly to that point. Like when I explain motion, like people are like, is motion workout? I'm like, no, it's not workout. It's an experience. Like when you come into motion, the energy you're hit with, like the endorphins rushing. We have DJs playing music. It's loud. It's fun. It's like, it's a full-on production. It's not just a workout. And every single time, no matter where we are, we bring the same energy. It's a different experience every time, but each time you're guaranteed an amazing experience.
And it's like the networking. So from the very beginning, we stressed at the end, like it was just two of us. It was like 4 of us, and we stressed from the beginning. We would have everybody introduce themselves and what their name was, what they did, and anything in their life, whether it's personal, professional, that they needed to be connected with. And we've had so much success connecting people. Like we've seen businesses come out of it, relationships. What are you like after 2 years? What are you the most proud of when it comes to motion?
Jace, you want to go first?
Yeah, I would honestly say the absolute amazing community that has been created from this. Like you said, businesses, relationships, all of that have been started. And what's amazing is that the people that reach out to us asking us, can you please connect us to this type of person? The network is insane. The
lawyer, a DJ, a gardener, what you name
anything, literally anything
you want.
A
boyfriend, a girlfriend.
A husband, a wife, somebody to just simply get you a green card. Whatever you want, it's there. And I say that with confidence every time because it's so true.
Yeah.
There's actually everyone there that can help you in any way possible.
Yeah. So to give people a background, like we really do have people from all walks of life come to Motion. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have people in tech, we have fast food. I mean, like literally any type of person is coming to a Motion who is driven, how would you compare this trend that you're seeing? Because you guys are young, right? So a lot of people, when I was young, I was going out, getting messed up till late at night. Like we're seeing this trend. What is the trend that we're seeing with people and people your age where they're shifting away from some of that?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because even for myself, before motion, before all that, like I would go out to meet people, I would drink, I would go to clubs, and I felt like that's really the only way to meet people. Like how else am I going to meet cool people? How else am I going to have fun? And it's interesting to see as of like COVID slowly coming to an end and the transition mindset, people are looking for a healthier outlet to meet other people. And I think we just coincidentally stumbled on something where we allow that, where our events are fun, high energy, but also healthy. We do workouts. We provide ice baths after workouts. We have healthy smoothies. We work with brands in health that are all good for your body. So it's really connecting the body, the mind, and incorporating that with meeting such cool people while having fun doing it. Like for me, motion's almost like a substitution to going out now. Like I have no urge to go out because when I'm at motion, I feel like I'm going out because it's a party. So fun.
It's a party.
It's a health party.
Honestly, Sasha and I talk about this all the time. We're like, let's go out tonight. And then our people will come up to us and be like, hey, let's go out tonight. And we'll be like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually having so much fun. You know, sometimes there was actually a time that like Sasha and I were like, you know what, let's take a weekend off and have the other trainers take over for the weekend. We want to take a break. And then came Thursday, like right before our events, and we were like, oh boy, we're going to have a lot of FOMO. Like we have to go because it's actually like, I look forward to it every week and it's not work. It's
Can everybody come? Or you have to be in incredible shape to come?
No,
it's for everybody. If you're just starting to work out, if you've been a pro athlete, the workout's for everyone.
But you're intimidated because when you look on Motion, and I used to edit the videos, when you look on Motion, it's sometimes a lot of good looking, really in shape people. How do you guys make sure that everybody feels comfortable?
Well, we actually have we as trainers all talk to each other in regards to how we train, and we make sure to make everybody feel comfortable by giving them also the modifications that they need in order to be able to get the most out of the workout based off their capabilities. Got it.
Okay, so what if I want to come to a Motion event? What do I do? Where are they? How much does it cost? Give me the rundown.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it all over LA right now. We're doing a lot of the workouts in Malibu on Saturdays, Santa Monica on Sundays. But
Where
we have
Malibu?
at Raffi Lounge. So it's a
Yeah.
really cool rooftop lounge actually across the street from Nobu So House, overlooking the
It's
ocean.
insane.
Beautiful
It's
venue.
insane.
Guys, if you haven't been, you have to come to our Saturday workouts. It's absolutely incredible. But we have a bunch planned. We have workouts in Hollywood coming up on hotel rooftops. We have private gym workouts. We're doing workouts in downtown helicopter pads. So everywhere in between, and we post about it. Signups always on the website. Price ranges depending on the event. We have events, we have DJs in a full-on production. Some are just the workouts. So it kind of ranges between that. But
Even the workouts are not just a work. It's not like
not.
going to a class pass type
No,
thing where you
not
just
at
like
all.
show up and it's done at the
yeah,
end.
people stay for hours. You come, you work out, you hang out, you get coffee after, you get food,
Go to the beach.
go to the
Go to the
beach. It
beach,
becomes a
smoothies.
whole day of activities.
It's amazing. It's something that I have taken a back seat to because I've had so many other things going on, and I give you guys so much credit for keeping it going, keeping it rolling. And there's so much credit that goes to you. Who else is part of our main crew that we have to give shout outs to?
Big shout out to Lawrence, big shout out to Austin. They've been with us for a long time now, like absolutely crushing, and wouldn't be possible without them.
Yeah,
Amazing.
beautiful people inside and out. Like
Okay.
absolute.
Where do we find it? Online.
Motion-la.com, and our Instagram is motion_LA. We post all our events, all our pop-ups, everything's there. So check our website, check our Instagram. Instagram is crazy right now. All
Love
the
it.
content coming out.
Love it. Okay, so moving on to our episodes. So I'm gonna have you guys sit in. We're gonna continue to talk about mental health, physical health. Anything else you guys want to add, by the way, about motion? Or you feel like you got the gist of it across?
I was just gonna say, guys, if you haven't been to Motion, like come, it'll be your first workouts on us. We would love to have you experience it, what it's about. There's so much to come, and I think that once you come, you'll be hooked. So would love to see all the new people join us.
Yeah, so proud of motion and everything you guys have been doing, and just looking forward to seeing it grow. Okay, so listen, guys. Are you spending too much time looking at your screens?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
How much?
Way too
Yeah,
much.
look at that smile. Arian, are you spending too much time looking at your screen?
Oh, you know it.
Here's the problem with the screens, right? It's like my entire job, everything that I do is on my screen. So I just have a built-in excuse. It's just so hard.
I think we're all like that.
Yeah.
I've honestly been having migraines for the past 32 days.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I've been counting, and it's purely for sure because of the screen. Like I've
Yeah.
never had migraines or headaches before that.
Okay, well, it's not only us humans. It may be gorillas too. So a gorilla named Amari is having his screen time cut after he became so addicted to staring at a phone screen that he didn't notice when another gorilla charged at him. He became addicted due to zoo goers basically showing him, like there would be kids and people going to the zoo, and they would show him like the phone, and he got so distracted. So it got so bad with this gorilla, the zoo staff had to put a rope to keep people back from the glass partition so they couldn't show it to him. So look, it's so crazy that it actually applies to a gorilla, but like, what do you guys do anything to limit your screen time? Or
I've actually been setting time limits on different apps, like social apps that like aren't important for business. So I have like an hour block on Instagram, like TikTok, I put 20 minutes. So I just like don't get caught up in like wasting time on these apps.
I've really been working on just not scrolling through Instagram just to look at what other people are
this
doing.
is all bullshit. You guys can't stop looking at that screen.
I am.
No, I mean,
I'm not even gonna lie. That's
Arian, you are not like you are. There's nothing. No matter. I don't
I
care.
mean, I'm with you. Like I have the excuse because of work. All I'm doing is checking like LawFlip social media, group chat social media, my own social media, like a bunch of like my smaller clients checking their stuff out, emails on my
I like
phone,
how I'm considered one of the
Zooms on
bigger
my
clients.
phone.
This is exciting. Hey, there you go. He's flattering me. There you go. Anyway, yeah, screen time's insane. Here's another one. Okay, do you engage in deviant behavior, Sasha and Jason?
Never.
Look at that smile. Look at that.
You're making me
Well,
laugh.
the story that means that you might not be as physically fit as you think, because this story shows we might be less likely to be engaged in deviant behavior if you're physically fit. So a series of 3 studies published in the Journal of Applied Psychology provides evidence that physical fitness is negatively correlated with deviant behaviors that violate organizational and societal norms. Wait, did I just get the story wrong? We might be less like, so if we're physically fit,
You're less
You're
likely.
less likely to be deviant.
So they are less likely to.
So
be
me and
deviant.
Jason are. You're the most deviant one of all of us.
Oh boy,
I mean,
Makes
it's not wrong.
sense.
It's not wrong.
It does make
So the
sense.
takeaway is that physically fit people are less likely to engage in deviance. In addition, our findings suggest that people who increase their physical fitness over time through physical activities are likely to develop greater self-control, which helps them override their impulses to engage in deviant behaviors. Would
Makes
you agree?
sense. It does.
Would you
Yeah.
agree? Do you really feel like, yeah? I mean, you guys are physical specimens.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like there's some deviant behavior.
There's definitely.
Anyway, that's a pretty wild one. So here's the next one. Okay. All right. Who eats meat here? Ooh.
I think we all do.
Definitely.
Yeah. How do you like your meat?
What meat are we talking about?
Are you willing to give up your meat?
Wait, what meat are we talking about?
Any
Chicken,
meat.
steak. I
Any
mean,
meat. Yeah.
No.
no, I don't
No.
think so. It's tough.
By the way, are you kosher or not? All right, Jason. I keep getting confused by your Instagram.
Well, I don't eat pork and I don't eat meat and cheese together.
That means no.
You know,
Okay.
but
It's
I
not
eat meat
kosher.
out.
Everybody has different levels.
Yeah,
Okay.
different level.
So a
on my
study
level.
finds that we should slash meat consumption by 75% to save the planet. How would you feel about going vegan?
No, I couldn't do it.
You can't do it?
It's tough. I mean, like chicken, like turkey's like such a big part of my diet. For like working out, I need the protein. Like,
Do you think that's true? Is that true? Or do you think that's just like a mental thing that you've sort of become, like you've come to believe?
I mean, there's so many other things that you can eat that will affect, like give you protein that don't have to do with meat, but it's so much easier to get it from meat. You
Yeah.
know, and I enjoy eating it.
I do enjoy the taste also.
Are you willing to give it up, Arian?
So like I was thinking about it when I was reading Ronnie's notes last night. I mean, it's for sure something that I would consider, but it's something that like I would have to ease into.
Yeah.
Like I mean like for climate change reasons alone, it's like probably why I would do it. But like it's not like overnight like I go vegan. Like
Yeah.
it would be like a slow cutting down of my meat consumption. Right now I'm eating meat 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
Jesus,
You know?
I want to say that I would do it for the environment, but it's not. I would do it because I sometimes just get grossed out by like the concept of it. It's not even for the animals. It's not even for the environment.
Really?
It's just like sometimes like really disgusting if you think about it. But then sometimes you just have that bomb barbecue and it's just
It's
incredible.
like, yeah, what are you gonna go to like Mastro's and
What's
not
the
eat
best
the steak?
meat what's the best meat you've ever had?
Mastro's.
Okay, what's the best meat you've ever had, Sasha?
It's a good question. I had a pretty amazing truffle steak once from Nobu.
Oh boy,
that
That was
sounds
really
amazing.
good.
That's,
I was waiting for Sasha to say Benji's meat.
oh boy.
Arian, what's
That
the
was
best?
not so good.
You're going
kosher.
vegan now. What's the
I
best
keep
meat?
kosher,
I
so
So are you acknowledging that kosher meat is just not
yeah,
that
I'm
good?
acknowledging that kosher meat sucks ass.
Yeah.
Well, it's
then-
saltier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's saltier for sure. And then like you know, what are my options?
Lenny's is bomb.
Lenny's is
Lenny's
the
is-
most bomb
Lenny's?
Mexican
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, it's
I
really
think it
good.
got
my
It's
life.
$35 for a
It's
single
crazy.
I didn't say
burger.
that was cheap, bitch.
No kosher food is cheap.
Okay, so to meet global climate standards, wealthier nations, because like poor nations barely even have access to meat, but wealthier nations must reduce their meat consumption by at least 75%. Researchers at the University of Bonn in Germany found a new study. The study examines the environmental cost of consuming animal products. Like, do you think that like this is such a selfish world? Like, do you think that we're ever like the country or the world is ever going to give the wealthier nations are ever going to give up meat?
No.
Do you see it?
I
Do you
don't-
see any of your
I
friends,
don't-
like the younger generation? Is there even a movement towards veganism, or are they just over that?
I mean, depends on who you're asking.
Depends
But
where
Like
in
your
LA
crew,
also-
your crew of people.
No.
No,
Nobody's doing
No,
that.
no
unless
way.
they're religious or
No, but
Even
religious,
then.
like you just see kosher meat.
yeah,
yeah, but other religions, like I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know.
I don't see it.
Okay. What sacrifices are you willing to make for anybody other than yourself? Because you guys are young, and I see you guys as being extremely selfish. So what's I'm just kidding, but not really. But what sacrifices would you be willing to give up for anybody other than yourself?
I mean, a sacrifice that I have been giving up is time, which is actually a big sacrifice. Like
Yeah.
if someone asks, like my friend asked me the other day, like, hey, I need to go to Restoration Harbor and pick up this table. And I gave 3 hours of my day for that,
That's actually big.
which is big. And like
It's almost as crazy as picking somebody up from the airport.
worse, you're carrying 1,000-pound table, like a 15-person dining room table.
Jesus.
That-
Jason, are you willing to do anything for anybody other than yourself?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously it depends who I like. If it's a little bit more depending on how much I care for them.
Yeah.
But I definitely do agree with time.
Yeah.
I do think that I can give more time though to people that need it.
Yeah.
I do.
We need to stop being so selfish. All right, Arian, what is one thing that you actually do for anybody
You
other
know,
than yourself?
Sasha's answer was great. Time
Yeah.
is a real one.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking, because you asked the question, I was just thinking to myself, like, what are the things that like I'm doing for other people? And like I could list off like little things, but really like doing those things aren't that hard. Like most of the time it's something on my phone. I'm connecting somebody, I'm like Googling something for somebody and like figuring something out. But like that's not the hard part. The time is the
Yeah.
part that like hurts.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Probably time.
Time. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Do you guys multitask? Like, do you like it used to be known that like multitasking was like part of your resume. I'm able to multitask and juggle so many things at once. Do you guys, what's your view on multitasking?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
I don't believe in multitasking.
Yeah. This is interesting. Arian?
Oh yeah, all day, every day.
You're multitasking,
But
right?
but I'll tell you, time blocking is a big part of my day.
Yeah. So
So
basically, what they're saying is that multitasking is dead. Monotasking. You always learn these new words. Monotasking
Never
is
heard that
better
one.
for our health, relationships, and productivity. So for so long, the concept of juggling many tasks at once was a resume-worthy skill that makes you look more adept to friends, colleagues, and superiors. But what we're actually doing when we try to multitask is task switching, which comes at a cost. So for me, this is a tough one because I really do a lot of different things, right? I have a law firm. I'm part of Motion LA, which I need to contribute more to. I'm building an app called LawFlip. I have a podcast called LawFlip. I got kids. I got a girl. I got a personal life. I got friends. How the hell do you do it all? So you try to do it all. You're mostly on your phone. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. You guys, with your generation, like when you're watching TV, are you ever just watching TV? Or are you also on your phone scrolling?
I haven't watched TV like in like 4 months.
Well, when I watch
don't watch
TV,
TV
I always
anymore.
have my laptop
Does
out.
anybody
and I'm
do you
working.
watch TV?
I don't even watch Netflix anymore.
on the TV now.
On your, if you were gonna watch a show, it would be on your phone.
No, cable.
Oh, no, that would be on the TV.
You like
Netflix, but I don't watch shows.
I have cable.
I don't have cable.
I don't know why I prefer it so much better.
I have no cable.
Interesting. Okay. So in some cases, multitasking can impact important relationships. For instance, our relationship has suffered because you've been multitasking so
I think
much.
you've been multitasking too much.
It's definitely Benji. He just admitted it.
Yeah, that's true. So for instance, watching TV during your family dinner or scrolling through social media when out with a friend, it can cause a hardship to your relationship.
Can I just say that I love that both of them just took a little shot at you for the multitasking, because it's something that I noticed too, and I'm like, wow,
I know.
everybody who works with
what's
Benji hates this.
You know what's so funny? Like Arian, he like started giving me hints. Like last week we were filming. He's like, yeah, you know. He's basically like implying that there's something. I'm like, where could I improve on? He's like, I don't know, like kind of when you're talking to me, maybe focus. I'm like, okay. So everybody feels a lot more. I really, you know what's good? I have given people comfort to tell me how they really feel. That's good.
That is good.
Sasha really tells me. How she
I
feels.
sure do.
So okay, monotasking. Everybody's given their opinions. Okay, do you guys invest at all?
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
You're young. How do you have money to invest? You're 23 and 26.
Well, I actually put a certain amount of money on the side every week, and I take that money and I immediately invest into certain things.
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah,
Arian?
everything I make.
Yeah. I mean, like it's mostly doubling down into Blue Crescent Media and then some things in the market. But I mean, like my tech stocks are getting destroyed. But yeah.
So I'm older
I
than
have
you
a
guys.
retirement fund.
You do?
An IRA.
Or an Roth IRA or
Roth
Roth
IRA.
Yeah. So yeah, I have investments. I think that it's so depressing watching the past 4 months happen and seeing the accounts get crushed. But what Warren Buffett says is, so there's all these financial advisors, right? And what they are is oftentimes they like money finders. Like they really just want your money and they put you in different products and they take a bunch of fees off the top. But Warren Buffett says monkeys could do as good a job as investing as any financial advisor. So do you guys have financial advisors? Or you just do it on your own?
I do mine on my own. I
Yeah,
just do it
do
through
research
a
and-
money market fund.
Yeah. So Buffett basically said that it's a simple game that financial advisors have played. They basically just like skim off the top, right? They basically just get your money and they tell you, hey, we're going to make a bunch of money. But a lot of times they just put them in simple funds and they take fees.
Yeah.
So he's making the point that literally you can have monkeys throwing darts at the page and, take away the management fees and everything. And he'll bet on the monkeys over the advising, because if you're just investing yourself and you're just randomly picking stuff, which I actually advise against. But like what he's basically saying is a lot of these financial advisors aren't really experts. It's kind of like trainers, right? Or anything else. Like you go to people and they talk a big game, but you never really know if they have the backup to go with it. So working from home, what do you guys think? Who believes that working from home makes sense? Raise your hand. No, just kidding. Say it. Sasha, do you believe in working from home?
I believe in a mix.
Why?
I actually have invested a lot in my home office. I bought the double screen, I bought standing desks, but I think it's important to see people throughout the day, bounce around ideas and be like inspired by like deals or business that other people are doing. Because if you're just at home, it's just you, it's easy to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
I think if you have a lot of like tasks to do a certain day, you can just need to knock them out. It's good to go at home. But if you need some inspiration, it's a lot tougher to find that at home than when you're around like people who are actually doing the work with you.
I love my whole screen setup. I love I have my large, I used to have 2 screens and now I have my Mac and then I have this crazy big, 50-inch curved monitor. And I just feel like I'm able to produce the most with that setup. Jason, what about you?
I can't really work from home. I mean, I can do it, but I'm not a big fan. I honestly am at a coffee shop almost every day. Getting my work done. I just like the noise.
You put headbuds in or
I put my
earbuds
AirPods in. I feel like I'm in my own room, but I enjoy like every once in a while, like looking up, seeing people walk in, walk out, whatever it might be. Just like hearing outside noise definitely helps me.
Arian, you do a lot of editing, so you can't work from can't
I'm stuck in my little computer with my 3 monitor setup and everything. But like you, I feel that I'm more productive there if I'm like getting like actionables done. Mm-hmm. But as Sasha said, you can't find inspiration sitting at your desk.
So is the office that you're talking about, that's at home or
no, that's at an actual office. Okay. Yeah. So 2/3 of the global workforce, 64% said that they have already or would consider looking for a new job if their employer wanted them back in the office full time. Is that your experience of like your friends, like the ones that are like the ones that are working from home and the companies are saying you have to come back? Are they basically saying I'm going to quit if that happens?
I mean, just like even working in real estate, like it seems like, especially like in the tech media fields where the employees are younger, I think because they get to work from home, I hate to say it, but they get to like screw around more during the day. They could do a 2-hour lunch, go get coffee with friends, do that. Side hustles that you're not really able to do in the office. So if you're getting paid the same, plus you have more free time, it's kind of like a no-brainer to want to work at home.
Yeah, it's funny. My whole team is remote and I love it.
I agree.
And I love it. Here's the thing. You could have workers in person that do a not so good job. You could have workers that are remote that do a great job. I think that with working remote comes a lot of responsibility. And I always say that to everybody on my team. I'm like, look, you have this flexibility to work from home, but like, I'm going to feel it if you're not like working your ass off, And so
you feel it more actually.
Yeah. Right, because you kind of like you expect them to be touching base with you on Slack or other things. So, I don't know. It's shocking because I grew up in a very traditional legal law firm setting. The idea of working remote was insane. And now because of Slack, because of Google Workspace, because of DocuSign, all these different things, I literally can do everything I need to do with my phone. Which is why I have a hard time not being on my screen all the time. But yeah, I think it's a tough one. It's just a tough one. It's a tough one. Like it really depends on the person of whether they're able to do it. I struggle with it whenever I don't have access to my full system. But if you really create the system at home, I think it works. So do you guys have not really worked like traditional jobs, have you? Like where you're getting paid by the hour or anything like that?
I did for like a year.
Yeah. Arian, did you ever do that?
I worked for you for 6 months.
That's true. How much fun was that?
I hated it.
Did you really?
It was my first office job.
Yeah.
So like that was its own experience. And then particularly being so young, But like at the time I was doing 20 something units at SMC and I was working full time for you. So I was clocking 90-hour weeks between school and work. So it was kind of a killer 6 months.
So it's a little, to put it in context, it wasn't just like,
it wasn't just you.
It wasn't
So
just
Benji
Benji being a
wasn't the
bad
bad-
boss.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, not to say that it wasn't in part that.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so if you were a flight attendant, at what point in your work do you think you deserve to start getting paid, right? So you're a flight attendant and you board flights, you help people get into their seats. What point should you start getting paid?
But I don't understand the
Yeah,
Like
question.
when should you be on the clock?
The second,
second you board the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at Delta, they only just started paying them during the boarding. Could you imagine, like, part of your job is boarding a bunch of Karens and getting like really having annoying people dealing with it, and you're not getting paid for that time?
So they get paid upon takeoff?
Only
Yeah.
on takeoff?
That's
They
crazy.
were. I mean, so basically, Delta Airlines, which is facing another attempt to unionize its flight attendants, will begin paying cabin crews during boarding, a first for a major U.S. airline. So across the airline industry, hourly pay for flight attendants starts when all the passengers are seated and the plane's doors close. That
That's
is like freaking crazy.
I feel like
That's
the most
rough.
annoneing part is when
That's
they
the
board.
worst part of the job.
Everyone's like
Like,
complaining
that
about
makes
it's
so
one-
much
seats and, like,
sense
yeah.
now, probably.
It's one thing if you're not getting paid for, like, okay, you're on the flight and you know when they're sitting in the back and like they're kind of chilling on their phone, like whatever. Maybe. I mean, I would think that would be wrong too, and it is wrong according to law. But like the idea of having to deal with a bunch of annoying, unruly passengers and not getting paid for it is insane. So that's one of the things we're actually going to get to in our legal tip. But have you guys ever experienced employers who just basically expect you to take on the expense of like equipment or time? Arian's laughing over there, but he knows that I've paid for every freaking thing he's ever done. So I love that he's like kind of like giggling over there. Every move he's ever made has been paid for. Other than me, because you're not gonna be able to say it. Arian, have you paid for people who basically try to take advantage of your...
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I have to front so many costs, particularly because I mostly work as an independent contractor, or they're employing Blue Crescent Media. Like, they expect you to take on a lot of the cost.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's sometimes fair, but like I've just learned to like bill them for it. I don't even ask. Like, if there's something, I put it on the invoice and they just end up paying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sneak some stuff on the invoice, huh?
Mhm.
No. I mean, everything's
Okay.
itemized.
Everything's above board, right?
Everything is above board. I run a tight ship. Thank you very much.
I know you do. I know. Okay, so we're moving on to legal tip.
If your employer is letting you go and presents you with a severance agreement, ask yourself, why is my employer doing this? It may be that you have valuable claims that your employer is trying to get you to give up for nothing. To find out if that's the case, contact me today for a free and confidential consultation.
Does your employer have to pay you for all the time that you work? The answer is, everybody, yes. An absolute yes. There's no off the clock work. There's no unpaid preparation. Oh, get there a little bit early. Get there a little 15 minutes on time. Are you paying me? No. Well, that's not okay. And a lot of times they'll say unpaid, like, oh, you know what? Could you clock out first and then do sweep the counters or like, clean up the restaurant? You need to be paid for that time. There's no unpaid administrative work. Okay, like you're working as a physician's assistant and you get paid by the hour. You work there for 3 hours. Oh, but just clock out and prepare that report when you go off the clock. Like, that's just part of the job. No, it's not. If you're getting paid by the hour, you need to get paid for every single second that you work. Your employer doesn't get to shift that responsibility onto you. You don't own the business. So if you're an employee working on an hourly basis and your employer has you working in any way, shape, or form, you need to be paid for every single penny of that. If you're not getting paid for every penny, for every second, you call us. We're Smith Law. We're an employment, personal injury, and class action law firm. You can call us at 1-833-LawFlip, or you can hit us up on social media at the Smith Law Corp. Hit us up. Thank you. All right, boys. We have the GOAT, Arian. We have Jason. We have Sasha. What did we learn today? All sorts of stuff about Motion LA and mental health, physical health. We will see you next time, LawFlip.